Escape Plan is the closest to his original Commando 2 idea, and Die Hard was never supposed to be anything but Die Hard. Okay, so it wasn't a sequel to Die Hard. Or ever was, yeah. Number 7, it's an internet myth, basically. Number 7, Bruce Willis was hardly the studio's first choice for the lead in Die Hard. He wasn't even their third choice. Yes, I knew this as well. I think he was 4th or 5th. If Die Hard was to be a success, the studio knew they needed a bona fide action star in the part. So they set about offering it to seemingly never-ending list of A-listers of the time. Rumor has it Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Charles Bronson, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Richard Gere, Don Johnson, Burt Reynolds, and Richard Dean Anderson. Yes, MacGyver were all considered for the role of John McClane, and all declined it. Dummies! Idiots!
You must think I'm pretty stupid.
You are stupid, morons! It was a great role. Let's see. I didn't order the code red from NSA this time. Haunted Horse has been nicer to me. LOL. No armpits, just German whores. God.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Also, that also goes for tonight's Die Hard movie. Viewer discretion is advised. Lots of F-bombs and shit and crap. Number 8, Bruce Willis was considered a comedic actor when Die Hard came around. Right. He was doing moonlighting. This is how it was pitched to me when I was in the military. I was at my AIT station where I was learning my MOS, 31 Charlie, and then I also later got Victor 9 added onto that, the satellite communications thing. So we're there. And Die Hard came out in the summer or whatever, so I had never seen a trailer for it. I was in basic training when all the trailers were out for Christmas and everything else. So I never saw it, knew what anything about it. So some guy goes, hey, we're going to go, group of us going to go see Die Hard. And my response was, what's Die Hard? And they're like, oh, it's this movie. It's got the guy from Moonlighting on it. I'm like, the guy from Moonlighting, what, is it a comedy? And they go, no, it's an action movie. I'm like, the guy from Moonlighting is going to be in the action movie? I'm like, okay, I'll go, whatever. I have nothing else to do. And sure enough, I saw it, and I liked it so much. Not seeing the trailer is the biggest part of me liking it so much. I had no idea what was going on. So he's up there. He doesn't know how to get the police. And I'm like, oh, my God, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? There's like 20 terrorists. Oh, my God, what's he going to do? Oh, my God. He. And I liked it so much that they wanted to go out and, meet girls afterwards or whatever, which sounds good. I actually stayed in the theater and watched it a second time. So watched it back to back. I've only done that, I think, with 2 movies. I don't remember what the other one is, but I think I've only done it with 2 movies. This was the first time I ever did that. I just stayed in my seat, didn't pay for another ticket. I just stayed there and watched it again. Die Hard's producers had nothing against Bruce Willis, of course. He just wasn't an immediate choice for the role because up until that point, he was known solely as a comedic actor, not an action star. Following the success of the film, the action genre really became Willis's bread and butter. And although he has 2 Emmys for his comedy work, it has remained as such to this day. Bruce Willis, number 9, Bruce Willis was barely even seen on the posters for Die Hard. I didn't know this. Cindy's here. What's up, Cindy?
Hi, Cindy. Oh, you. It's so good to see you again.
Because the studio's marketing gurus were unconvinced that audiences would pay to see an action movie starring the funny guy from Moonlighting, the original batch of posters for the film centered on Nakatomi Plaza instead of Willis's mug. As the film gained steam, the marketing materials were altered, and Willis was more prominent in the promos. Interesting. Number 10, Bruce Willis was paid $5 million for Die Hard, which was considered a pretty major payday at the time. Even with all the uncertainty surrounding whether he could pull the film off, Willis was paid $5 million to make Die Hard, which was considered a rather hefty sum at the time, a figure reserved for only the top tier of Hollywood talents. Happy Friday, everyone, says Cindy. Horse was offline for a momentito. Oh, shit. God, I hope my internet doesn't take a shit tonight. That would suck. Anyone else freezed up? I'll reboot my system. I'll reboot the router and make sure that doesn't happen tonight. I have a weird feeling Restream has really been buggy lately. I'm not the only one with problems. Ryan's had problems with it too. That's how I send the signal to one. I send it to Restream and it sends it out to all my channels. By the way, this is the plan for Die Hard tonight, Jungle Edition. I'm going to stream it to X. I think everyone knows that. I've been spamming X with that information, live on X, 8 p.m. Pacific. I am also going to send a stream to Twitch. Here's why. The chat on X, some of you guys have a real problem with it, especially people on mobile. It's hard to do. It's whatever. Hard to do. I'm going to stream it to Twitch, but I'm not sure. We know X works because we've streamed it to X before. I'm not sure if Twitch is going to lock it up, copyright infringement, mute the feed, whatever. If it's muted, it's fine. You can watch it on X and chat from Twitch. Those of you guys that know my Twitch address, you guys already know, go there. That's where it'll be. I don't know how much I'm going to promote it. It will be at the top of the movie. I have a little graphic up there that says I'm streaming it to Twitch. You can chat there if it's up. I'm just not sure if it's going to stay. So that's why X is the place you want to probably watch it. But if you want to chat and X isn't working for you, try Twitch. Try Twitch. You might be able to chat from there. Now, the chat, I don't have a lot of room. This movie, I didn't want to shorten it or shrink it down or whatever. That's what she said. So it's full letterbox. I've got a little gap at the bottom. That's what she said. And I've got room for like 3 messages, and they're going to move from left to right because I've got to slide them. If I went vertical, I'd have to shrink the movie down way too much. And the night is about the movie first and the chat second. So the chat will be moving left to right. And if there's a lot of people chatting, it's going to move fast. So, yeah, during the intermission, it'll be just like it shows up here. It'll be here. So, let's see. Number 11, Bruce Willis suggested Bonnie Bedelia for the part of his wife in Die Hard. So he came up with her. Though we suspect that she wasn't paid $5 million for the gig. Oh, there's no facts behind that. Anyway, he suggested her. I don't know how he knew her. I don't know if she showed up on an episode of Moonlighting, whatever. He's the one that suggested her for the role of the wife. Number 12, Bruce Willis was able to accept the role in Die Hard thanks to a well-timed pregnancy. What?
Hey, baby, you looking for a party?
The first few times Bruce Willis was asked to star in the movie, he had to say no because of his commitments to Moonlighting. Then co-star Sybil Shepherd announced that she was pregnant. Because her pregnancy wouldn't work within the show, producer Glenn Caron gave everyone 11 weeks off, allowing Willis to say yes. I didn't know that. I knew she was pregnant on the show, but I didn't know that that's how he found time to do Die Hard. She actually was pregnant on Moonlighting, but they ended the pregnancy. Anyway, spoiler alert if you're ever going to watch Moonlighting. Spoiler alert for Moonlighting. It was Bruce Willis's kid on the show, but she had a miscarriage. 13, Sam Neill was originally approached to play the role of Hans Gruber in Die Hard. Can you imagine Sam Neill? He is so creepy in The Omen 3. But Neil ended up turning the film down. Then in the spring of 1987, the casting director saw Alan Rickman playing the dastardly Valmont in stage production of Dangerous Liaisons and knew they had found their Hans. Hans! Booby! I'm your white knight. Here's the weird thing. Once you've edited this movie with all the sound effects, I've probably watched it in segments enough to say I've watched this movie probably 150 times over the last 5 years while I'm piecing these things together. I not only know the dialogue, but now I know where the dialogue with the drops are included. And I guarantee I'm the only one that knows that. I know you guys aren't watching the Die Hard Jungle Edition that many times to memorize the drops. 14, Die Hard was Alan Rickman's feature film debut. That is amazing to me. This is his first freaking movie. Not a bad first movie. come out the door. And then, of course, he plays the Harry Potter guy, and he's in a bunch of shit. Though Rickman may have played the part of Hans as cool as the other side of the pillow, it was actually his first role in a feature film. Number 15, John McTiernan originally passed on directing Die Hard more than once. And not just once, but on a few different occasions. His reason was the material just seemed too dark and cynical for him. I believe John McTiernan did Predator. I think he's the director of Predator. The original screenplay was a grim terrorist movie, McTiernan told Empire magazine in 2014. On my second week working on it, I said, guys, there's no part of terrorism that's fun. Robbers are fun bad guys. Let's make this a date movie. And they had the courage to do it. So they turned them into robbers instead of terrorists. You know, that's a plot point in the movie. What kind of terrorists are you? Who said we were terrorists? Number 16, John McTiernan sees Die Hard as a Shakespearean tale. Glad they don't talk like Shakespeare. In the original script, the action in Die Hard takes place over a 3-day span, but McTiernan, inspired by Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, insisted that it be condensed into a single evening. Number 17, Die Hard's Nakatomi Plaza is actually Fox Plaza. Yes, the corporate headquarters of 20th Century Fox. I didn't know this either. The very studio making the movie proved to be the perfect location for the film's much-needed Nakatomi Plaza. And as it was still under construction, there wasn't a whole lot they needed to do to the space to make the movie, so it was already under construction. Movie ready. The studio charged itself rent to use its own space. Hilarious. I'm sure for tax purposes. Horse should wear a green shirt. I have that green. Have you seen me put the green stocking over my head? Eric, I did that one show where I'm literally headless. I'm the headless horse. Headless horseman. Looks like horse has a bullet hole in his shoulder, right? Like that? Ah! Green screen and the light is green. Yes, it is green. How do I turn off the green screen to show you? Oh, I know how I can do it. Go to the Jim and Indiana cam. It's the Jim and Indiana cam. There it is. There are 2 bulbs on this string that are green, and they show up in the green screen as whatever's behind me. What's up, everybody? Jim and Indiana cam. Oh, Jim and Nickel. Licensing. 18, the room where the hostages are held in Die Hard is supposed to be Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water. I'll show you. I ain't going to put that on the screen. I'll do it with the Jim cam. That building right there. It's Jim and Indiana cam. So apparently that's where they hold the hostages in the movie. Apparently. Likely. In this period, Japanese corporations were buying America. Production designer Jackson D. Govia said, in the Die Hard DVD audio commentary, we positioned that Nakatomi Corporation bought Falling Water, disassembled it, and reassembled it in the atrium like a trophy. Oh, interesting. So that's the inside when he's showing up and they're all having the party. That's what that's supposed to look like, is that building. 19, the panoramic view of the city below in Die Hard, it's not real. Spoilers! A 380-foot long background painting provided the illusion of a breathtaking city view in the movie, and it was state-of-the-art too, with animated lights, moving traffic, and the ability to change from night to day. The painting is still the property of the studio and has been used in other productions since. Number 20, wait, this isn't number 20. This is Hedstrom Bacon. The terrorist who takes over the front desk security position looks like Huey Lewis. I have done that bit. I will say this. Jim Benton's favorite part of the parody is my Huey Lewis gags. Yes. Jim Benton has said those are his favorite part. The Huey Lewis gags. There's probably like 5 or 6 in there. So I do riff on that. Yes, he does look like Huey Lewis. Number 20, Die Hard's success spawned a bona fide franchise. In addition to its 4 sequels, Die Hard has spawned video games and comic books too. Not only has that, and I don't know if they're going to say this, it's sponsored so many ripoffs. Under Siege, it's Die Hard on a battleship. Flight Passenger 54 or whatever the hell it is, 44, Wesley's, it's Die Hard on an airplane. They've done this bit in everything. Die Hard on a submarine, Die Hard on an airplane, Die Hard on the International Space Station. They've done it all. It's been done. Die Hard on a train, Under Siege 2. So yes, they have done Die Hard in every possible thing you can think of. Number 21, John McClane's tumble down a ventilation shaft in Die Hard was an accident. What? Or maybe error would be the better word. But in the scene in which McClane jumps into an elevator shaft, his stuntman was supposed to grab onto the first vent, but he missed by a lot, which made the footage even more exciting to watch. So editor Frank J. Uriosti kept it in the final film. Interesting. That was a boo-boo. That was a boo-boo. He was supposed to get the first vent, and he missed. Number 22, Alan Rickman's death scene in Die Hard was also pretty scary. So not knowing what this is going to say, I already know how they did it. I figured it out. I guessed. He had to fall maybe 3 stories into, I'm sure, an airbag or something. And they green screened it because he's actually falling. I mean, you can see he's falling. Alan Rickman, no stunt double or whatever. So I'm guessing that's probably a 3-story fall that they slow-mo. And then the extended one on the outside is actually probably a stuntman. And up until that point, Sharky's Machine, I think Sharky's Machine had a fall of like 54 stories at one time. That was the most. Now they just do it CGI, right? But back in the day, you needed a stuntman. And you needed freaking a big-ass airbag. And so let me read what this is. Alan Rickman's death scene in Die Hard was also pretty scary. At least it was for Rickman. In order to make it look as if he was falling off a building, Rickman was supposed to drop 20 feet onto an airbag while holding onto a stuntman. But in order to get a genuinely terrified reaction out of him, they dropped him on the count of 2, not 3, as was planned. That's funny. So they're like, okay, here we go. Get ready. We're going to ready to shoot him. Action. 3, 2. And they dropped him and they didn't wait till 1. That's funny. Number 23. Bruce Willis suffered permanent hearing loss from shooting Die Hard. I did not know this. In order to get the hyper-realism that director John McTiernan was looking for, the blanks used in the guns in the movie set were modified to be extra loud. In one scene, Willis shoots a terrorist through a table. Thanks for the advice. That shows up in the trailer, which put the action star in extremely close proximity to the gun and caused permanent hearing loss. He referenced the injury in a 2007 interview with The Guardian. When they asked Willis his most unappealing habit, he replied that, quote, due to an accident on the first Die Hard, I suffered 2/3 partial hearing loss in my left ear and have a tendency to say, what? 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 What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Is that where Different Strokes got that quote? I know, the timelines don't match up. Different Strokes from the 70s. 24. Alan Rickman wasn't thrilled with how noisy Die Hard was either. Whenever he had to shoot a gun in the film, Rickman couldn't help but flinch, which forced McTiernan to have to cut away from him so that his reactions were not caught on film. You mean that's scary? I'll tell you what. I got really good with the M16. By the time, the first time I shot that thing, I was not happy. And then I got really good at not flinching. You flinch and it throws your shot off and you're not going to get your target. those things are loud too. Even though we wore earplugs, there were sometimes I didn't wear them. Let's see. 25. Hans Gruber's American accent in Die Hard caused a lot of problems. The scene in which Rickman, as Gruber, slips into an American accent and pretends to be yet another hostage who got away was insisted on by screenwriter Steven D'Souza, who wanted them in a room together to duke it out. But McTiernan was never happy with Rickman's American accent, saying, "I still hear Alan Rickman's English accent. I was never quite happy with the way he opened his mouth. I shot it 3 times trying to get him to sound more stridently American. It's odd for some reason. It's odd for someone who has such enormous verbal skills. He just had terrible trouble getting an American accent." Bill Clay. The funny part is when I was trying to get away up there and I'm trying to signal for help. Yeah, he's like over enunciating. It's pretty funny. Number 26. The German Hans Gruber speaks in Die Hard is mostly gibberish. Shoot the glass. Einstein Finster. Shoot the glass. And the bulk of his German cohorts were not German either. Bruce Willis, on the other hand, was actually born in West Germany to an American father and German mother. What do you think? I'm fucking stupid at Headstrom Bacon? You were saying? I know the words by heart now. I could film this movie without a script. I'm not going to lie. I've kind of gotten sick of the movie because of this job. As Willis spent, 27. Bruce Willis has 4 feet in Die Hard. Oh, Rex Ryan's going to be into this. Rex Ryan makes an appearance in this movie if you haven't seen it. He started in season 2 of the Parody. I stuck Rex Ryan in there. As Will spends much of the movie in his bare feet running through broken glass, he was given a pair of rubber feet to wear as a safety precaution, which is great and all, but if you look closely in certain scenes, you can actually see the fake appendages. He's wearing rubber feet. Oops, no bullets. You think I'm stupid? You were saying. Fake feet. 28. You can see but can't touch John McClane's sweaty tank top. In 2007, Willis donated the blood-soaked tank top he wore in Die Hard to the National Museum of American History at the Smithsonian. Die Hard's famous yippee, number 29, Die Hard's famous yippee-ki-yay line stole the movie. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. It was a simple line, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But it became the film's defining moment and the unofficial catchphrase that has been used in all 4 Die Hard sequels as well. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Number 30, the credit for Die Hard's famous yippee-ki-yay line belongs to Bruce Willis. In a 2013 interview with Ryan Seacrest, Bruce Willis admitted that yippee-ki-yay motherfucker was really just a joke. It was a throwaway. Said Willis, I was trying to crack up the crew, and I never thought it was going to be allowed to stay in the film. There you go. He's just trying to goof on, make the crew laugh, and it made it. Thanks, Liz, for retweet. Bacon retweet. Darren retweet. Thanks for everybody. I know, oh shit, I didn't plug in my tablet. It is dead. It's dead. Thanks for everyone that has promoted the Die Hard Jungle Edition. Lots of retweets, lots of things. I've been posting the countdown starting last Saturday, 7 days, 6 days. A lot of you guys retweeting that, liking it, helping the analytics. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We got five minutes left to show. Once again, 8 o'clock. Gonna have a 10-minute pre-show. A couple of you guys want to join me. You guys know who you are. Start the movie around 8:10, 8:15. We'll have an intermission somewhere in the middle of the movie. I'll find a nice spot. I haven't figured out where it's going to be, but I'll find a nice spot where I know there's not very many drops. It's kind of slow. We'll stop it, give you guys a 5, 6, 7-minute intermission. I'll be talking. Nothing of value, so you can go to the bathroom. I'm not going to say anything important. And then we'll finish the show at the end of the show, and I even posted this in the credits. We'll have a post-movie dialogue. Open Zoom. Anyone that wants to show up can show up. Join me with Zoom. You can tell us what you hated, what you liked. You can talk about when you first saw Die Hard, whatever. Whatever you want. Anything to do with Die Hard or the Jungle or whatever. Jungle Edition. And then we'll wrap it up. And this should stay up on X. I still have last year's episode up. You can find it in my thread. And so this will stay up. So if for some reason you can't stay for the night, watch it tonight, you're busy, or you got to go to bed at a certain time and you're only going to see half of it or whatever, it'll stay up. I get a lot more views on the replays than the people who will watch it live. And I'm sure the live numbers are going to be, like I said, we used to do this on Christmas Eve. There would be like 8 to 10 of you guys, hardcores, that would watch it live with me. But thousands of views in the next week, couple thousand views all the way up until New Year's, and then it starts to taper down. But I still see those numbers change every month. You know, July, it goes up by like 7, 8 views. So, yeah, nice. That's nice radio. So, yeah, we're gonna knock this thing out at 8 o'clock. I might even go live 5 minutes early. If you see that, don't worry. I'm still going to have that 10-minute, 8:10, 8:15 mark before I start the movie. But I might, if I feel like we're going to do a little more talking, I'll just start it early. But I'm not going to start the movie early. There you go. All right. Is that a rhetorical question? Oops, no bullets. No bullets. I like when Endo eats the candy bar. There are about, in that 3 seconds of him looking and getting ready to eat the candy bar, there are like 6 drops crammed into 3 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. There are a lot of drops right there. A lot of drops when he looks at the candy bar and goes to eat it. So, yeah. I might be able to catch some of the end, need some Z's. Yep, Cindy, I get you. Cindy's getting married on Monday. Cindy's getting married on Monday. Hey, Cindy.
Welcome to the
Marriage,
party,
pal.
Welcome to the party,
Marriage, pal. There you go. Congratulations, Cindy. You got a busy weekend getting ready. Got your wedding on Monday. Good for you. Anniversary of Mom. 10 years. She's proud of you. So enjoy that. Big week for Cindy. Bigger week than probably all of us. See you Monday for Festivus, right? Yeah, Cindy's getting married on Festivus. Hey, Cindy, you're getting married on Festivus? You know what that is?
It's a Festivus miracle.
It is! Cindy getting married.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Right? All right. Well, Cindy, if I see you late, whatever, you can always watch the replay. Don't have to see it live. It'll stay up. Okay, everybody. I think it's really cool, says Cindy. All right, that's the show. We are at the end. I am going to get a shower because I stink. I tried to get a shower before this show, and I ran out of time. I'm going to go have some food, go say hi to the wife. Don't leave. 2 minutes. Nah, it better be good. You won't regret it. Something tells me I'm going to regret it. I'm looking at your name, and I'm thinking, I'm probably going to regret it. All right, everybody, I am out because I really don't want to see what Blumpkins has got for me. So see you all later. Outro, see you tonight.
All right, I mentioned Haunted Horse, and maybe I'm an easy mark, but I love the interaction I have.